to the audio show. So let's talk some more with this Angelina and Shayla thing because it seems to have kind of slipped under the radar all day. But nonetheless, we're going to get into it as to what the next set of moves are coming are. Because I think if you watch the Shayla and Angelina skits, you're probably going to get some inkling as to where the Anthony and Amber story is going to go. Let's jump into it. Let's go.
Then Anthony tries to convince me that doing business with Amber is a bad idea. And I'm like, we're already locked in. We're doing this podcast. We're moving forward in life, even though Amber has her days. Some days she's like, you can have Anthony. I'm over the marriage. I'm happy. I'm not worried about it. Other days she's like, oh, Shayla, why are you being messy and shady? Like, you're forgetting you're the reason why I'm getting divorced. And I'm like, it's quite a roller coaster to go on, and just Amber's friends are constantly just making me feel like a bad person. Like, oh, Shayla, remember you.
Well, you are a bad person. That's one. But the truth is, see, this is kind of why I say some of the things that I say, because the truth of the matter is, when Amber does also what she's doing, meaning the whole let me be buddy buddy with Shayla, it sends the wrong message. That's also something that I kept talking about. But each time I keep talking about it, y'all think it's like a bashing session. And I said, well, that's what they're showing us. I'm just going off of what they're showing us. Now, sure, does Shayla exaggerate stories? She does. But because Shayla is the type of person she is, you have to set those hard knocks boundaries. If you don't set them, this is what you're going to have.
Reason why Amber's marriage ended, I'm like, why can't we move forward? Like, the future is so much brighter than the past.
But can I ask you, I just want to understand how you see this and how you're processing this. Do you think that Amber is really ever going to be able to get to a point where she can just be around you and not bring that up? I mean, is this something that you think is real?
We've definitely had days together where we don't even bring it up.
No, we,
too much.
But her. Because it occurred to me that you may not understand exactly what's going on behind the scenes. So maybe I can just shed a little light, and...
So shed a little light, because for sure she's delusional in thinking, right, that the Amber character or Amber should just willy-nilly be okay with her bouncing around in the air, and breathing her air and taking up her space. She is very deceived in thinking this, because the truth of the matter is, and what Amber should be doing is not being too trusting, because at the end of the day, Shayla is still who she is, right? Plus, it is what it is. Once bitten, twice shy. You get a chance to sit down and start kind of watching the pieces on the board move. But hey, that's your Amber for you. But yes, I guess I can agree with Angelina on that one, that yes, you don't expect Amber to be, 100% there.
The reality is, when someone is going through a divorce, there are things that they avoid. They avoid places that they've been with this person that they're separating and leaving and taking out of their life. They avoid different types of cologne, music, movies, and people. And with that being said, it's not just you. Have you considered that once this divorce is done, and maybe even before then, Amber will have zero to do with Kai? I can tell that you not consider that, so I'll elaborate.
Before you get there, I'm hoping Amber has zero to do with Kai. I'm hoping that. And when I say this, friends, I want you all to kind of quite grasp what I'm coming from and try to understand, because I feel like when I say things, them sound harsh and people say them black and white. But I think the point I'm raising is, and maybe maybe she could say hi and bye, if the circumstance was there. But again, you have to remember how Kai came about, friends. It's like here's the deal. You can't give me how bad Anthony has been and the mere fact that Kai is here, but then at the same point in time, you want to give me a lovey-dovey thing with Kai, basically. And while I love the baby, and I'm not saying nay, but the feelings are still there, is what I'm trying to kind of say. You know what I mean? Whatever, whoever Shayla was to you, it is what it is. this, you had a marriage, and this woman, some way, somehow, brought herself into that marriage and destroyed the entire thing. She brought the house down. Now, could does probably Anthony need some work? We know that. We're aware of that. But let's be factual here. Shayla brought the house of cards down, and basically she brought a lot of other things down. You know what I mean? Including the other business that they had together. So rightfully so.
Anthony and Kai are a package deal. She's had enough of Anthony. He's hurt her deeply, continuously. The fact that you're pushing, I want to say sometimes a little too aggressively, to repair something that she's just not ready to repair, she will want nothing to do with Kai. And you have to be able to understand that.
Well, Mom, she loves Kai.
What
So I don't think falling in love with
Shayla,
the
listen to
baby
me.
was in the plans, but
No,
she
listen.
loves my baby.
Your baby. You got everything out of that marriage that she did not get. You got her husband. You got Kai. He came unintentionally, but he's here.
You know what? I don't agree with it with the rooster too much, but yes, she is pinpointing to ears that yes, ours are rightfully so. Yes, what Shayla has done is she has taken away a rite of passage from Amber. This is kind of what I don't think sometimes even Amber fans get, why I say what I say with the Shayla character. Shayla has taken with Shayla has taken away a rite of passage from Amber. She married Anthony. Anthony married her, expecting to get the seed to share between both of them. And instead, Shayla has inserted herself into that. Do you know how hard that actually is? And if they're playing this right, just normally, that should be something weighing heavily on Amber's mind. No matter how much she could want to babysit Kai, it's not her kid. She cannot make the final say. Even if Shayla was to go bye-bye right now and Anthony goes bye-bye, other people are still in line ahead of Amber at this point in time because there are other relatives around. I want you all to sit with that.
And I'm telling you now, please don't get your heart set on this woman wanting Kai in her life. When Anthony's gone, Kai is gone.
What I would say is this. Do I believe that Amber going probably try to do the whole, nicey thing? I think she probably would because that's who Amber is, the overly nicey, allow anyone to step on me, and then after that she, complains basically and play victim so that, her lawyers can defend her. However, the truth of the matter is, yeah, it should be a high and by. It should really be a high and by because it shouldn't be a confusing of the child either. That's another piece of the puzzle that people don't get. Sometimes that can be very confusing to a kid. Because you don't want a kid moving around as though you're some mother figure and then you leave. You know what I mean? And you cannot do whatever the child wants you to do. There's just so many pieces to it. Again, like I said, hey, I'm not saying Kyle's done anything to Amber, but yes, hard lines need to be set. I just believe that personally when I look at it, hard lines need to be set. It just needs to be set. Or else, like I said again, the Anthony story has holes in it if hard lines are not set. If you're going to say I'll accept the baby and then, the the husband must go, somewhere into the bushes. It's a little bit kind of warped. Cut ties, sever ties so that way that she can start over from fresh. If she's going to start over, let's say she's going to start over with Dave. Right? Let's say she's going to be starting to work over with Dave. We want to see her alone with Dave. If she's going to do Dave. Dave. Can you please behave? Dave. If she's going to start over with Dave, we want her to start at fresh. If Dave is going to be the guy for her, then yeah, start fresh where she and Dave get a child together and that's just about it, with nothing else at all. But that's what I want to say. If she's going to do the Dave thing, then do the Dave thing.
Deep
a very far, far land. In a mansion, preferably, not a cave.
Not a cave.
There lived a big black man. I think his name was Dave. Anthony's been all over town looking for Shayla. He likes the pum pum shaved. And left Amber all by herself, untouched and unscathed.
Friends, like, share, comment, subscribe, and talk to y'all soon.